Hello, everybody. Welcome to Championship Score Predictions Round 16. Now, Sam, we've got to update the people on 2 rounds of games because if you remember, last time we did predictions before the end of the international break, there's still a game to play on the Thursday night. And that was a very helpful game for you, Sam, because you called it Bob on. It was
Lovely.
a 0-0 draw between Burnley and West Brom. That actually gave you the win in round 14, which put you 8-5 up. You won that round 6-2. I did win one back, though, on the next round, the past weekend, round 15. I won that one 8-7 with 2 bob-ons. Leeds 2, Plymouth 0, and Sheffield United 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Although we have a strange run here with you, Sam, because you actually got West Brom bob on again. So I'm keeping your eye on your West Brom prediction. You got Hull 1, West Brom 2, which means with 2 draws into the bargain as well. Sam leads 8-6 as we go into round 16. That sounds about right, doesn't it? Does that add up? We'll figure it out. Anyway, I do know the aggregate, Sam, is 99-91. So you will go over the 100-point mark this round. Welcome along. And does that all make sense? And are you set for another round of Championship predictions?
It doesn't make any sense at all, but I'm happy with an 8-point cushion going into almost the festive period. I've nailed West Brom, haven't I, at the moment? So let's hope that continues. Norwich at home.
You're right about the festive period here because thick and fast is a term that's going to be used thick and fast through football punditry over the next month, and there's going to be a chance for someone to really stamp their marker down. You can do the same. Get involved in the comments. Copy and paste from the description. The predictions, your fixtures will be down there. And put your own predictions in. Give yourself a point if you get a correct outcome, home, away, or draw. Give yourself 3 points if you get the score correct. It's harder than it looks. Give yourself a bonus point if you get the score correct and your scoreline has 5 or more goals. Let's start the round 16 festivities, Sam, with a game that you are going to be at. Safe travels for you, mate, for Plymouth versus Watford.
Friday night, in Devon. I'll be setting off in a minute. I reckon I'm just going to have to go with my gut. Plymouth, Argyle still unbeaten at home, I think. Watford with that horrendous...
Plymouth lose to Stoke at home.
Ooh.
I'll check. You keep talking.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're good at home. Watford are not good away, other than the Hillsborough miracle. So I will therefore go for Argyle to win by 2-1. I think it'll be tight. I don't think there'll be a lot between them. I think Watford along the course of the season will probably improve and find a little bit more consistency on the road. But right now, right here, 2-1 Argyle.
Yeah, they did lose to Stoke, but it's their only defeat, and they are very good at home. So your point stands. I think I might go for a Desmond, Sam, and a fun one for you to commentate on. Like Plymouth at home, like Watford generally, but like them better at home. So we can't separate I can't separate the two sides, and I will go for a draw. Plymouth 2, Watford 2. I'm up next for Bristol City vs Burnley, which is the Luke McNally Scott Twine derby, isn't it? I'm going to back Bristol City because Burnley aren't very goaly. Bristol City don't lose very often and don't concede too many, I think I'm right in saying. So I am going to back the home team. Bit of pressure on Scott Parker here, I think, Sam. Bristol City 1, Burnley 0.
Yeah, I think low scoring. It'd be interesting after the international break how Burnley are looking, if we are going to see them really kick up the gears. Bristol City are in a great place off the back of that Norwich win. So I fancy them to get something. I think normally they'd score, but here, given that it's Burnley, the opposition, I'm going to take a 0-0.
A 0-0 early in the day. Coventry, Sheffield United, Sam.
Yeah, obviously really impressive Coventry, that comeback at Sunderland. Hopefully there's not been too much disruption on the training ground as they go into another massive game. But I think it's more likely that they will be a little bit disrupted, maybe, and Sheffield United will have a little bit more cohesion. So for that reason, I'm going to go for Sheffield United to win and win well, 3-1 Sheffield United.
Interesting. I'm going to spin one of your narrative yarns because it's Monday morning and Coventry don't have a manager, but I think they might have a manager. Maybe announced late in the week and maybe not necessarily taking this game, but might have an influence on the stadium. There might be a sense of looseness and new beginnings. So I'm going to play for a bonus point and another draw. I'm going to go for a 3-3 draw here, Sam. No, that's ridiculous. Sheffield United don't concede any goals, do they? I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw here and not play for the bonus point. But I just think they might get something. There might just be some kind of fresh start in the air there at Coventry. So I'll go for the draw. But disregard that 3-3 thing. I just realised about Sheffield United's defensive record as I was speaking. Sheffield Wednesday versus Cardiff. I'm a bit confused by this one, Sam. Because Cardiff were very good. Omar Reitzer got the bounce, didn't he? And then I think they lost the last two. Sheffield Wednesday, Sam, I did a video that suggests Sheffield Wednesday have a nice run of fixtures coming up for Christmas. So I'm expecting a trend up for Sheffield Wednesday. So for that reason, I'm going to go for it to start here. Both teams to score. Wednesday 2, Cardiff 1.
Just got a feeling that the choppy waters may appear a little bit for Cardiff after that brilliant run. I wasn't too impressed with them at Luton, and the results obviously have plateaued. So I think a repeat of what Sheffield Wednesday did against Norwich is here. For me, what I'm thinking, 2-0 Sheffield Wednesday.
Blackburn versus Pompey, Sam.
Low scoring, could be 1-1. Wouldn't be surprised. There's something I've earmarked for 1-1 already, so I will go 1-0 Blackburn here.
That's a scribble for me. I was going to take Blackburn low scoring. Shall I flip it just for fun, or shall I assume that Blackburn... I think Blackburn might have another little run now, actually. You've taken the 1-0. I'll give them a clean sheet. Sorry, Pompey. Blackburn 2, Pompey 0. Luton versus Hull, Sam. As soon as I see Hull and think about Tim Volter, I'm thinking goals, goals, goals. So I'm definitely going both teams to score, mate. And I'm going to back Luton and Rob Edwards to get a useful win here. Basically, either manager loses this, the pressure on them is massive, isn't it? Luton 3, Hull 1.
Yeah, we did a chat on what the EFL about the three managers that are probably under the most scrutiny at the moment.
Were these
Rob
two
Edwards,
of them?
yeah, and Cifuentes at QPR. So we had a bit of a chat about that. So it'll be really interesting to see how Luton are looking and what the outcome of this game is, because it does feel massive. Just the way, obviously, the narrative has grown, but more so the way Rob Edwards spoke after the Middlesbrough defeat. That was very open, very candid. So hopefully, for his sake, they can turn things around. And I think they will win here, given the problems at Hull. 2-0.
And you are up first, Sam, with the mouth-watering matchup, Millwall versus Sunderland.
Yeah, I mean, this could be all three scenarios. I can't go for one or the other, so I'm going to have to sit on the fence because I think Millwall's form is incredible, and I think Sunderland are an excellent Championship side. 1-1.
It's either a statement win for Millwall then, or a statement win for Sunderland. Millwall going to lose on their brilliant run? You've taken the draw, haven't you? Mate, I'm going to sit right next to you, buddy, on the fence. Did you say 1-1?
Yeah.
You've basically only left me nil effing nil, haven't you? So I'll take it. Millwall 0, Sunderland 0. Oxford versus Derby. Oxford versus Middlesbrough, excuse me. I've got a fancy for Middlesbrough to go on a good run. Oxford, I think Oxford have had a lot of draws, haven't they? And they've only won, maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, what Oxford fans in the chat, won 1 in 10, maybe 1 in 8, something like that. So I'm going to back Middlesbrough, who I think are in nice form, to win this one 2-0.
Yeah, Oxford got that brilliant win, didn't they, last time out, where they really needed it. And obviously Middlesbrough got back-to-back thumping victory. So I think you just have to probably side with them. Oxford fans will be hopeful that Lightning can strike twice and they can beat another really good attacking side. I just think Middlesbrough have got a lot of confidence going forward at the moment. What did you have?
0-2.
2-1, Middlesbrough.
Preston versus Derby, Sam, the Dwayne Holmes derby.
Fancy the home win here.
Interesting.
And I fancy, I've been saying it for a number of weeks now, but I do fancy Preston North End to click into gear at some point. I think they'll be too strong for Derby here. I'm going to go for them to win by a margin 2-0.
Shall I flip you? Would that be funny?
Go for it.
Okay. Preston 0, Derby 2. I'll just go for a direct flip because I haven't got a clue. I do think Preston are probably slight favourites, but we like to have some fun and games here, so that is exactly what I'll do. QPR versus Stoke. Sam, I'm feeling bad because I know you're a QPR fan, but I'm going to back Stoke. I think Stoke had a good week, didn't they, to round it out? 7-point week after a poor run. QPR 0, Stoke 1. Misery, Sam. I'm so sorry. I hope you win.
It's difficult to envisage there being more than 3 goals. More than 2 goals, sorry. I think it's 1-0 either way or a 0-0 or a 1-1. I'll just flip it. 1-0 QPR.
And Sam, you're defending your record. Do you know, actually, I think I've got Leeds right, Bob, on twice in a row as well. Or no, not twice in a row, for the last 2 home games. Anyway, I'm trying to hype you up here to see if you can get West Brom Bob on for a 3rd game in a row. West Brom Norwich.
Well, a lot depends on how Norwich are looking.
Got to be better injury-wise, hasn't it? Surely.
Yeah. I wasn't going to give them a goal, but I am going to give them a goal. I was going to go for West Brom to win by the solitary goal. It's just another 1-1. How many of you had? It's another 1-1. I was going to go for a West Brom win, but I'm going to have 1-1.
That's a scribble for me, because I was going to say 1-1 as well. Always give Norwich a goal where Borja Science is concerned. I think West Brom are... to be very clear about this, I wanted to take the draw, but I'm not going to. So I will back West Brom. I just think they're slightly the more likely if they're not going to be a draw. But that would be 4 defeats in a row for Norwich. Norwich aren't going to lose 4 in a row, are they? But you've taken the draw. And West Brom aren't going to have a Desmond. And I've already had a 0-0. Oh, I'm talking myself down a rabbit hole into saying West Brom 2, Norwich 1. And I don't even believe what I'm saying myself. And we're going to round this out. Swansea versus Leeds. I'm pretty consistent with backing Leeds to win. It's going to be low scoring, right? If it's Swans, Luke Williams, is it 2-0? Is it 1-0? Or is it 2-1 to Leeds? I've got Leeds winning 2-0. Swansea 0, Leeds 2.
Yeah, I was going to have the exact same. So I will give Swansea a goal and go for Leeds to win by 2-1.
I struggle with that load, Sam. I feel I'm going to get either a very low score or a very fluky high score out of sheer luck over judgment here.
It's harder when there's been a break as well, because you're not, you're thinking, some teams could really prosper from having like a bit of a slide interrupted and getting players back and stuff like that. So it's difficult to think too much on the most recent form, if that makes any sense. So again with me, it felt like there was different possibilities for every game, which is pretty inevitable when you're trying to predict football matches, because it's a difficult thing to do.
Especially with the damn championship. Get your predictions in the comments. Housekeeping wise, we'll be back with predictions on Monday, because it's a 3-game week, so we'll be doing the midweek round. So we better have our feel and our heads together back by then, Sam. And then Sam will be back for the Championship Check-In podcast and another load of predictions on Thursday as well. So thick and fast. Get involved in the comments and we'll see you next week.